Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sportscaster Dan podcast. I am Dan Lavallo, and we are putting this together on Friday afternoon, July 28th. I haven't done one of these podcasts in a long time, but we are putting this podcast together because we're talking about the New York Yankees and how their season is at a crossroads. Now, Aaron Judge may return tonight when the Yankees open up a big series against the Baltimore Orioles, but the bottom line is the New York Yankees' season is hanging in the balance, and we may know as soon as the trade deadline, which is just 4 days away, which direction the Yankees proceed. Because as of the moment, the New York Yankees are in a heap of trouble. First of all, you've got a lineup that is anemic. Second of all, you've got Judge, who may be in the lineup tonight. He's been sidelined for nearly 9 weeks. Third of all, the Yankees are in last place in the American League East, 8 games behind the first-place Baltimore Orioles. And even if the season were to end today, they wouldn't be in the postseason because they're 2.5 games out of a wild card spot. In fact, the Red Sox are ahead of them. Right now, Tampa Bay, Houston, and Toronto occupy the wild card spots. The Red Sox are a game and a half out, and the Yankees are 2.5 games out. And then you've got the Angels with Shohei Ohtani breathing down their neck, just a half game behind. So the Yankees are at a crossroad. Garrett Cole is pitching for them tonight against the Baltimore Orioles. You can make a strong case this is one of the biggest games he's ever pitched for the New York Yankees. And he's getting paid a lot of money to win tonight, oh, by the way. So that is some of what the Yankees are facing, but this is their schedule. It's not easy. Other than 3 games against the Chicago White Sox between now, the 28th of July, and August the 16th, they play contenders. They play the Orioles tonight, July 28th, Saturday night, July 29th, and then the Sunday night game of the week on July 30th at 7:10. Then they return home to Yankee Stadium for a huge 7-game homestand. 3 night games against the Tampa Bay Rays, 4 games against the Houston Astros on August the 3rd and August the 4th. Those are Thursday and Friday nights. And then Saturday afternoon at 1:05 and Sunday afternoon at 1:35. Then, without any off days, and that's the thing, the Yankees don't have an off day between now and August the 10th. The Yankees then go to Chicago to play the White Sox 3 games. The White Sox have been horrible, but horrible teams seem to succeed against the Yankees. And then after an August 10th day off, they go down to Miami. In fact, this is part of a 9-game road trip. They go down to Miami to play the contending Marlins for 3 games, and then they wrap it up with 3 games against the Atlanta Braves. So this is what the New York Yankees are up against. Oh, and did I mention after that off day following the Braves series, they return home to Yankee Stadium to play the Boston Red Sox. So between actually the 28th of July and the 20th of August, during essentially a little bit more than a 3-week period, they play the Baltimore Orioles, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Houston Astros, the Miami Marlins, the Atlanta Braves, and the Boston Red Sox, with the White Sox thrown in for 3 games. But that's the start of a 9-game road trip, 3 in Chicago, 3 in Miami, 3 in Atlanta. That's what the Yankees are up against with their anemic lineup. And I don't want to hear anything about, well, Aaron Judge is out and he has a major impact. The Yankees situation involves more than just Judge. Yes, a healthy Aaron Judge is an uplift to the lineup. But the Yankees also need everybody else in that lineup to start hitting. I'm not going to run down the batting averages. You can look them up. They're out there, and it's pathetic for this team, which has a payroll of $275 million. So the Yankees are at a crossroads. We will know, by the way, if they are still contending much sooner than the 20th of August when they wrap up this grueling 3-week-plus stretch against the teams I just mentioned. We'll have a pretty good idea, in fact, by next week, how the Yankees are going to fare with that stretch against Baltimore, Tampa Bay, and Houston. We'll have a pretty good idea. We'll know if the Yankees are going to try and salvage their season by making some kind of a major trade at the deadline, or if they are going to be on the outside looking in. But this is a huge stretch coming up. It all starts with Garrett Cole pitching one of the most important games in his career as a Yankee, in his lucrative career as a Yankee. But let me repeat, they open up with 3 night games in Baltimore, then back home at Yankee Stadium for 3 night games against Tampa Bay and 4 games against Houston. Then it's on the road to play the lowly White Sox, the only non-contending team in this stretch, Miami, Atlanta, and then back home to Yankee Stadium to play the Red Sox. So in 3 weeks plus 2 days, we'll have a definite idea on where the Yankees are going in this 2023 season. But we will probably know much sooner after this stretch of games just against Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Forget about when Houston comes to Yankee Stadium on August the 3rd. We might know sooner than that. Now, obviously, the Yankees are going to show up and play those games, absolutely, but how well they play, how well they hit, how well they pitch, is the bullpen overrated? All of that is coming into play. And remember, there's no off day between now and August the 10th. And they have just 2 days off between now, July 28th, and the 17th of August. So that's some kind of stretch. In fact, if you look at it, they really have just 1 day off between now and August the 16th, and 2 days off between now, the 28th of July, and August the 20th. So this is one of the most grueling stretches, and I'm not using hyperbole here. I think it's safe to say this is among the most grueling stretches any Yankee team has ever faced, particularly a Yankee team with this $275 million payroll that has been stuck in neutral for a considerable period of time. When was the last time the Yankees put together a decent winning streak of 5 or 6 games? It hasn't happened, right? They had that 3-game sweep of Kansas City last weekend, but that's been it. They are a mediocre ball club. They are in last place, and now they're at this stretch of the season where it's time to put up or shut up, and it all begins on tonight, Friday night, July 28th, against the Baltimore Orioles. Will they be active in the trade mart? Well, we might get that answer just over the weekend, or perhaps the weekend and Monday night's game against Tampa Bay. If they lose the first 4 games, the 3 against the Orioles and Monday night against Tampa Bay, you wonder how active they'll be. Nevertheless, healthy Judge or no Judge, the Yankees are facing one of the most difficult stretches in their schedule in many a season. So Yankees fans, enjoy the game. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the stretch. Enjoy what could be the last stretch of significant games the Yankees play this year. Or maybe they'll make the season significant, depending on how they turn out over the next 3 weeks and 2 days. But it's time to put up or shut up for the Yankees. Could be interesting. Thanks for listening to the Sportscaster Dan podcast. I'm Dan Lovallo.